Oh. Why is that so small? Where's the other one?
Behind you.
Oh no, how?
I don't know.
How'd he get there?
I don't know, but I heard him behind you, so I tried to say that, but we weren't quick. I should have said it faster. Go in that door.
I already did.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, I did on our way through here the first time. Look, it's this room. We got this stuff out of the walls. It said, I don't want to die here. We're backtracking right now. Yeah, we came through this way the first time because they made us run this way, press a button, and now they're making us run the other way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you pressed a button.
It's game design. I should save on the other one just in case.
Mm-hmm. Chapter 4.
Hey, serious question. Because
Sirius Black?
No, I'm white. I don't know why you'd say that, but no, I had a question for you. Actually, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but you brought it up as a joke. Did you have anything you wanted to say about that whole thing that happened? I guess on
which hole? Nicole's hole?
No, not that hole. That's the hole we're going to fill to make whole again, or whatever. We're going to make Nicole's holes great again, or whatever. But no, I mean the whole people saying that you're, I guess the nicest way to say it would be hateful person.
I don't know. I'm kind of sick of all of that. It was really fucking stupid. I don't understand why I'm not allowed to have an opinion, and why when I do try to say my opinion, people use it as me, like, weaponizing my sexuality or whatever. Like, for example, somebody was being mean to me, and I stood up for myself, and someone told me that I was, like, weaponizing my sexuality just to use it to insult other people. Why am I not allowed to stand up for myself?
Even though that's what they did?
Yeah, pretty much. So, like, I've been bullied my entire life and picked on by people my entire life. I'm sick of sitting around letting that happen to me and other people, and I'm just not going to stand for it. So.
Well, I think that's good. I mean, it didn't affect me nearly as personally. I guess
it just bothered me. I don't like when people act like that. I don't understand why people have to be so mean and negative and...
You mean hateful?
Yeah, and hateful and just spreading negativity in the world. Like, don't you have something better to do? Like...
With their life? Not really, usually, no.
Like, why are you sitting on Twitter all day bullying young girls who are just trying to have fun and enjoy their lives and have opinions?
I don't know, because if you don't have the same opinion as me, you're bad.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, everyone is like this, though. That's the problem. I mean, look at politics. Everyone's like this. It's like if you are not a hardcore zealot, you're bad. If you're not an extremist, you're bad.
That's such a stupid way of looking at things. Like, I couldn't care less if somebody has a different opinion than me unless they're using it to hurt others or hurt the world in some way. Like, for example, if Thanos were real and his opinion on the whole thing was, I don't like half the universe, I think they're bad, so I'm going to take them out. That's, like, hurting other people. That's also not, like, a very well thought out way to handle the world's problems. Mm-hmm. So that would be, like, an example of somebody using their opinion for an extreme reason.
Isaac, listen up. I've gone over the MedSci reports. These things are biorecombinators. They take dead tissue, absorb it, and mold it into new forms. One iteration seems to have the sole purpose of infecting corpses. The others, well, seem to be making corpses to infect. And that body tissue we keep seeing on the walls is part of it too. I found a report that says it's a habitat changer.
Well, I think a lot of that stuff... Also, I'm glad we're actually learning more about these things.
Me too.
I think a lot of that stuff just comes down to, like, people are angry and need confirmation bias. And, look, it's coming from me. I get that my opinion doesn't matter because I'm straight. But, I thought it was hilarious how more people who were LGBTQIA+, any leaning in that direction whatsoever, were meaner to you than people who were straight in that video responding.
Pretty much, yeah. It was, like, ridiculous.
Because, well, I guess the context is Jill made a video where she came out as bi, and people who were of that same community were more mean to her about it than people who were straight.
Mostly because I disagreed with them on a opinion about a comic book character.
Yeah. I mean, the reason... I don't even know what am I allowed to say about it, you know what I mean?
I don't know, you can say whatever you want, I don't care.
I mean, I clearly can't, because, like, it made people so mad that I had an opinion, but it was a straight person.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, those people aren't watching this channel anyway, and if they are, like, if you don't like us so much, why in the world are you watching our Let's Play channel and sitting here just to bully us? Like, why are you so obsessed with me? Like, Mariah Carey does not need to step in here.
Oh, I thought this was a comment from Taylor Swift.
No, Mariah Carey made that "Why Are You So Obsessed With Me" song about Eminem, which I thought was funny.
That is funny. Actually, let's do capacity on this thing. Actually,
sure.
No. Plasma. You're right, plasma.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Reload, and then we'll do speed, and I think that's a good idea.
I don't really know what reload does, but...
I think it might make it so we reload faster or give us more ammo capacity? I don't know.
I think that's capacity that does that. But yeah, I don't know. I think that this is our new home, because there's a decompressed area out here. I think that it's amusing to me how all of these groups, no matter what they are, right? They're political, they're based on sexuality, they're based on religion, anything like that, right? Mm-hmm. They just kind of cannibalize their own people. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is, like, they already can't...
They make it so other people can't think for themselves. There's usually one person who comes up with all of these ideals, and then anyone who disagrees with them, they shove out of the group. And people want to be in groups because humans are very group-minded people, similar to wolves, and they need to feel accepted, not ostracized, and things like that. And a lot of, especially younger people, are easily manipulated into thinking like that because they don't want to be alienated or told that they're wrong, and they don't have the confidence to stand up for themselves usually, even if they know that sometimes what they're doing is wrong, but they go with it because the rest of the group is too. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's like the whole thing with smoking is, like, back in the day when smoking first became a thing, there would be, like, groups of people who would try it, and then somebody else would come along and they'd be like, hey, you should try it too, be a part of our group, and then they'd smoke too. Like, that's just, like, a very simple example. Or, you know, like, gangs. I
wish I kept that power node.
Gangs are also, like, an extreme example of that, but it's a similar concept.
Yes, I mean, I agree with all that. I just think that, well, one, I think that I need to find a store and buy some power nodes, because I'd really like to open this door before we leave this chapter. Mm-hmm. But two, I think that a lot of people, what I was going to say with the cannibalizing their own people thing is, like, it'll be like this, man, I'm a Christian. Christians really aren't treated well right now. You know, like, that'll be their example, right? Uh-huh. And then it'll be like, now I'm going to go out of my way to invalidate and treat other Christians like shit. Yeah. It's like, oh, so you're part of the problem.
That's just not... I don't get that. I don't understand that at all. I mean, it shouldn't matter what another person believes. Like, they're not hurting you. And you shouldn't be sitting around trying to just be mean to them and invalidate them and make them feel small. Because, like, what does that bring you? Power?
That's it. That's what it's mainly about, is power. And a lot of people hide behind groups in order to feel powerful.
Well, the thing is, like, what are you going to do with that power? What do you do? You made somebody feel bad on Twitter.
It's more about what's inside and not about what they're doing. But I really think that that's a big part of it. What's ironic to me is how many people hide... Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Oh, and I'm right next to a thing, too.
Oh, Lord. Oh my goodness. He, like, chopped you in half.
Oh, it's because I was too close to that thing. Where is that guy? Can I avoid him?
Look up a little bit. No, down. Over there. Like, follow my finger. I think he's around over here. See? Right there.
That's a different one.
Oh, that is? Oh, there's one right there, too. He's making more of them.
Really?
Yeah, the pterodactyl thing is making more of them over there. See, now he's over here now. He's coming for you.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So those must be like the base aliens that started creating these things? Do you think? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm dead.
Oh my. Oh, you got your head torn off.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna have to figure this out. I was just gonna say that I don't think... It reminds me of the person who was, I don't know if you ever heard about this, but there was a woman who was high up in, I believe, Black Lives Matter, and it turned out she wasn't even black. She was white pretending to be black.
Oh my, I didn't know about that.
And she basically came out and said that she did it, like, because she believed in the cause or whatever, but it was, like, very obvious that a lot of it was because of, wanting somewhere to belong and be important, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, is that I think a lot of people want somewhere to belong and be important, but it's much easier to dehumanize and treat other people poorly, whether they're like you or not, than it is to accept that somebody like you has a different opinion. Because if somebody like you has a different opinion, you have to rationalize yours and defend it. But if you can dehumanize someone, it's very, very easy to ignore their opinion.
You know, when you do that, you make a lot of enemies and you lose a lot of friends. And as someone who didn't have very many friends growing up, I kind of realized when I was older that it's not right to do that to people. It hurts people's feelings. And, you know, newsflash, you're not the only person in the world who matters.
But to them, they are.
It's such a selfish thing to think that only your feelings and only your opinions matter, because that's not true. So many other people live in this world and deserve respect and kindness and friendship.
And I agree with you, but to a lot of these people, like, in their head, those people are replaceable.
I can't imagine thinking of another human being as disposable or replaceable. That is just so wrong on so many levels.
I mean, I'm getting there. I mean, like, I'm not trying to sound horrible, but, like, a lot of the people, you know, who jump the gun and assume stuff about us, it's like I wouldn't really care if something bad happened to them.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I
wouldn't wish it upon them, but, like, if someone was like, hey, this person accused you of being racist, and they happen to die in a terrible car wreck, I wouldn't be shedding tears for them either.
The thing is, it really depends on your version of morality and what you deem is a good person and what isn't, and that's very different for a lot of people, so it's hard.
It's not supposed to be.
It shouldn't be, no, but it's hard to say which people are therefore disposable and replaceable and which people are not without making it kind of like a Nazi thing.
Right. Also, I remembered maybe the store was back, and it was, so...
Good. I'm glad we found it.
I'm happy to have gone here. Let's see something. We have 20,000. I'm doing this suit, and then I'm going to sell stuff.
That's a good idea.
I want to see what it looks like. But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you shouldn't treat people like that, but I don't know. It's a pretty common thing, sadly. And I think that it's ironic for me from the outside to see...
he looks cooler.
He does. It's just ironic for me from the outside to see straight people being nicer to someone who came out as bisexual than to see other people who are bisexual. That's what's, like, enlightening to me, is, like, I thought that this was supposed to be an inclusive group that was, like, nice to each other and valued each other and, you know, like, wanted to, I don't know how to say it, like, you know, not push people away and make people feel accepted, because the whole argument, I thought, was that a lot of the people who are members of that community never felt accepted. Yeah. So then if you are, you know, just pushing people away and stuff like that, to me it comes off very hypocritical.
And also, like, telling those people that you're pushing away that they have, like, internalized phobia about their own sexuality.
Because they disagree with you.
Yeah, just to make them feel bad about themselves and to make them question themselves. That is manipulation. That's it. That's what it is. It is manipulating somebody. It is making them feel bad. It is twisting their thoughts and twisting what they've said out of context. And those are just so many bad things that you just really don't want to be a part of. Like, I mean, it doesn't... For those of you who believe in God, I feel like those people kind of deserve to go to hell. But that's obviously not my choice to make.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't believe in that. But either way, I think that a lot of people who are just mean-spirited people who act like they're standing up for others but are actually pretty rotten on the inside
And putting others down.
They end up getting what they deserve eventually.
Karma comes around, yeah.
I kind of think so. I mean, at the very least, they usually seem to be the types of people who alienate and push people out of their lives, and then people don't like them, so...
The thing is, there are also a lot of LGBT people who were very kind to me, too, mostly, like, other bi people or my own friend, like Mick. They're a very kind person who, like, I told about this situation, and they were, like, shocked that other people from the LGBTQ community were acting like that, you know, and it's just a shame, because that's not what the whole thing is about, you know, that's not what the community should stand for.
You know what's funny, though, is to me, that's the only thing I've ever seen out of that community, is, like, being mean to people who are similar to them.
A lot of the friends in the past that I used to have that were part of that community were just, like, mean to me for no reason, whether that be for reasons pertaining to sexuality or not. Generally, sometimes they can be people who have a lot of problems and are taking those out on other people and are hurtful to others. But of course, like, not everyone is in the community, but, like, there's a very good amount who are, and it's a shame that nobody is talking about that group of people who's hurting others and taking their problems out on others and their insecurities and such.
Well, no one's going to talk about them when they feel afraid to talk about them, like they're going to get in trouble or, you know, they're going to be called out and called names on Twitter or wherever. I think that silences people, which is ironic because I thought that whole community was about making sure people weren't silenced. But I'm telling you, every single time I've had any encounter with that community as other than like two people together, like any more than that, it becomes a circle jerk. And I kind of think that's just how every community is.
That's how every community pretty much becomes. Like, I don't understand why people just can't be normal, you know?
Well, it's like mob mentality and stuff. Very quickly, you can kind of, like, dehumanize people and say whatever you want to them because they don't matter, because you and your group matter more. I had missed this, by the way.
Yeah, that's supremacy, pretty much.
Yeah, in a way. I mean...
And we've been talking... Like, that group specifically has been talking about how white supremacy in particular is wrong, how a group of people should not be supreme over anyone else. And yet, what are they doing?
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like I can't even say anything about it.